everybody, welcome to the Cafe of Knowledge. Hey, right quick, this is part 2. Me and Jay forgot a very important point to his wife or girlfriend won't accept his kids. We finished part 1, so if you haven't seen part 1, please go check out part 1, and then after you finish part 1, then you come back and check part 2 out. But in that video that me and Jay did about his wife or girlfriend won't accept his kids, we forgot a very important point, y'all. So that point was, now check this out. This is a very important point, that issue that we forgot to do. So I wanted to just run back in here. Jay had something else to do, but I just wanted to run back in here and clarify this point that we missed. Another reason why a man's wife or girlfriend won't accept his kids is if he conceived that kid while they were together. Okay, now that was one of the main points we were supposed to bring in part 1, but we got so sidetracked. Just like we said, we always freestyle in our videos, so sometimes we forget to bring up a point, and then if we feel it's necessary, we'll do a part 2 to that point. And this is very necessary, y'all. Y'all already know this is very necessary. So anyway, when a woman won't accept their kid because the man conceived that kid while they was going together, that means he cheated on her. Like, they was together and he went out and he had a child with someone else while he was cheating. He conceived that child while he was out creeping and, doing whatever he do. You know what I'm saying? And when he went out and cheated, it could have been one of his mad days. You know how when people get that mad day, they go to saying stuff and things all of a sudden change or whatever. But whatever the case may be, he went out and it couldn't be nothing. He just a slap-ass cheater. You know what I'm saying? But he went out there and he cheated on this female and he conceived that baby with that other woman. You know what I'm saying? So then I feel like this, y'all. Women, if that has happened to you and that's why you won't accept that child, like that's the reason why you don't want to accept that child, I'm gonna tell you right now, you all wrong. You all wrong. I'm sorry. You need to sit back and listen to what I'm saying, because most women, when the man cheat on them and they have a child on the outside, well, the woman will forgive that man, right? This is if she's still with him and she knows that he has a child out there, right? Most women will forgive him. And some women, I'm not going to say all, but I do know some couples that's together and they know that that man conceived a child somewhere else, and that person knows that he has a child and he had the child during the time they was going together, dating or whatever, that they was a girlfriend, or he conceived a child while they was married. Okay? Now, once you say that you forgive that man, you automatically have to forgive whatever went on with the child. Once you say you forgive that man, you then have said you accept that child. You cannot forgive that man and say, okay, I'm going to stay with you. We can work this out. We're going to have to work this out. I don't want to leave him. I love him. We're going to try to make it work. He went out and made a mistake. I'm pissed about it. But, fuck it. It is what it is. I'm going to go ahead on and stay with him. Well, if that's your decision to do that, you have automatically made the decision to accept that outside child. You cannot accept him back and forgive him and then neglect the child, or be mad at the child, or keep him away from the child that he conceived out there. You can't do that, sister. Let me tell you right now, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. So sometimes you need to sit back and think, if you really want to forgive him. Because once you forgive him you have to now accept that kid that he made on the outside. And if you can't accept that, then the best thing for you to do is sit back, leave, because it's not your issue. Now, if you can't accept it, sit your ass back. You need to go on about your life, because this shit right here he got going on ain't your issue. That's if you know you're not going to be able to accept the child. Because it don't make no damn sense that women going around here and they forgiving the damn man but penalizing the child. Now, that right there is where you all messed up right there. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not how it go. You can't forgive him and then downplay the child. No, it ain't no downplay with that child. When you accept him and the way that y'all trying to build it back up and get it together, you got to build that same relationship with his outside child. You have to build a relationship with his outside child. He has to build a relationship with his outside child. Together, you all have to get a relationship and build one with that outside child. It ain't no such thing as you forgive him, but damn the child wherever the child is. You know, oh shit, I ain't fooling with that child. That child ain't had nothing to do with me. Now that's his child. He went out there and cheated on me, so I ain't studying that. I ain't want to have nothing to do with that child. And me and that child, that's his child. That ain't my child. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. Let me tell you something, fellas. If you got something like that and they agreed to stay with you, something wrong. And women, if you agreed to stay with him under those circumstances, something is wrong. If you are neglecting and penalizing that child or keeping him away from his child. That's not how that works. So I just had to go ahead on and say that right quick. Not gonna spend too much time on this video. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that whatever that man went out and did with that woman, that other woman, whatever he went out there and did, that child has nothing to do with that. That child don't know he cheated on you. That child don't know he wasn't supposed to be sleeping with his mama. That child don't know that you was in his life. That child don't know that his mama and his daddy was creeping behind your back somewhere. He or she, child, don't know any of that. So why bring them in that shit? Because they had nothing to do with the trifling ass ways that your man did. Nothing to do with it. You know, so women kill me when they penalize the outside child because of some dumb shit they man did or they husband did. You know what I'm saying? Check your man. You check your man, and then if you decided to stay with him and pull this thing tighter or together and you forgive him and all that, baby, you just did the same thing for his kids. And if you didn't do it, you wrong as hell. You wrong as hell. And karma is a mud. You know what they say. And I'm going to tell you like this. So you got to realize that, because that's a lot of reason. That's a whole lot of reason why we don't have fathers kind of being in the kid life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that woman or that man that they are going with, keeping them away from that child. And like I said, it could be on the other side too. A woman. I know some women that have conceived a child while they was married and broke the doggone man heart. He was out of town somewhere, or he went away somewhere, or his job is to travel, or whatever the case may be. She messed around and got pregnant by someone else. You know? But now, if you decide to stay with him, then you have to accept that outside child. If you gonna stay with he or she. Because if you ain't gonna accept that child, you need to pack your goddamn bags and shit and head out the damn door and don't look back. Because penalizing a child, I'm telling you now, karma will come back to you. And how it come back to you, hey, I don't know, but it probably would. And if you have done that, and then if you still doing it, and if you notice it ain't shit going right in your life, or damn, this always happening, it's always a crisis, always this, I can't do this, and things just ain't going right, you might want to think about that outside child that you treating like a rag doll, like they ain't shit. Because they always say karma comes back in different ways, and that might be your karma, and you too damn dumb to realize it. And you ain't thinking about it. Because you all wrapped up in this and got your feelings mad that he cheated on you. You ain't got to get along with the woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to shoot it to you real. You know, you ain't got to have no dealings with that outside woman, but that child. Y'all need to build a relationship with that child, and you need to make sure that man build one with his child. That child has nothing to do with what is going on. So just believe that. So that is another reason why. That's why we had to do this part 2, and I had to run back in here right quick so we could finish that. Because that was the main important part, what we were supposed to mention first in the video. But, you know, we freestyled and we got so wrapped up to we literally forgot it. And I had to run back and explain it and tell it, because this part couldn't be left out at all. You know, and so you just have to remember, sometimes women, if you go head on and just, if you're forgiving this man and you're going to stay with this man, you need to go head on and build a relationship with that outside child. You and him or her need to build a relationship with that child that was conceived on the outside. And I tell you, it'll be a hell of a lot more easier to do it that way, because now, see, you can see what's going on. You can see that you and him both can go pick up the child together. You and him both can take the child out together. You and him both can go pick up the child and take the child somewhere, or come over to your house and spend the night together. But when you're trying to make him or her constantly stay out of that child's life, and he probably is seeing the kid and the baby mama behind your back, because he can't tell you that he's going to see the kid because you don't want him around him, because you don't like the baby mama, because the baby mama had sex with him while you was with him. That ain't got nothing to do with the child, but anyway, that's your attitude. That's your funked up attitude that you have at the time. So now, it's easier if you just go head on, if you're going to accept that man, to go head on and accept that child, so you can be involved with everything. Because if you accept that man and you don't accept the child, and that man is still running over there every once in a while to see the kid because he know he can't tell you because of your attitude about the child and the baby mama, he running over there by himself, guarantee you, in the long run, he going to start sexing the baby mama again. And you might wind up with 2 outside kids, because you too dumb to realize what you doing is really running him back over there, and he got to sneak and go see his child, because most of them still do go sneak and see their kid when they have that rebellious ass woman that's so pissed off about the whole situation, she won't let him go see him. So hell, he'll go behind her damn back and go see him. And guess what he gonna do in the long run? Just like he going behind your back and seeing the kid, eventually he gonna start sexing that mama again, that baby mama. And you might wind up with 2 outside kids. That's just the way it go. Because see, you don't know because you ain't involved in the situation. But you agreed to stay with him. So that's why I said, if you're going to agree to stay with him, you agree to stay with him, but you have to accept that child too. And then women don't realize that once you do that, then you're able to see what the hell is going on. Oh, well, nah, he ain't going over there to pick that kid up by himself. I'm going to. And you go with him, pick him up, and y'all bring him to the house or whatever. He spend the weekend with y'all, or you take him to the fair or take him to some type of amusement park. Y'all doing all this together. When everything is over with, then y'all both drop the kid off back home. The kid got little new packages and stuff going in the house. Well, see, now you can see what the hell is going on. At least you got your eyes open. So then, if he slip up again, you know that it had to be when you wasn't with him, and then you know that shit. I forgave him the first time, but I'm not doing it again, so it's time for me to pack my bags up and leave. So the call is on you, women, but you have to make that right call. You have to make that right call. Because that, like I always say, that's how come women are getting so messed over, because they're really messing over themselves by not looking at the bigger picture. You always want to look at this small ass picture. What the hell you want to look at a small ass picture all the time for strain your eyes and you got to put on glasses? See, y'all always looking at this small ass picture where you got to, they have put on your glasses and everything. Look at the big picture that's blew up already. Real plain to see. And then run your life with a big picture instead of a small picture. Because that small picture will get you messed up and tripped up every time. Every time. Because you're tripping and messing over your own self. You so mad you can't even see the real reality of situations. So the point is, if you can't accept that man's outside kid, once you find out that he has an outside kid, then you need to pack your shit and leave. Because penalizing a child throughout your life, because see, you the one in the middle of it. You're penalizing a child is the worst thing you could do as a woman. Because you was somebody's child once and still is. So that's how that go. So you don't do that to another child because of your anger and your vindictive ways of what he did. And if you can't get over what he did, you need to leave him before that child is born. So he can go ahead on and start taking care of his business without you. Because remember, if you don't want to forgive him and you just say, I need to step out this matter, this is not my issue, this his issue. But if you gonna stay, it's your damn issue too. And you got to deal with it. That's if you gonna stay. You can't stay with no damn man and then say you don't accept his kid. That's a crock of bull right there. That right there, you ain't doing nothing but talking greasy out your mouth. See, I hate for women to talk greasy. You know what I'm saying? They all this, I forgive him, I this, and that. They can explain everything in the world on why they forget his man. Because remind you, everybody know he got an outside kid. Now, on you. So now, you doing all that, I forgive him, I this and I that, and then, when the child get here, you start treating the child like a rag doll. Now, all of a sudden, you want to talk greasy out your mouth. You don't want to be you don't need to be around the kid. I don't want him going over his baby mama. I don't want him. I just told you a good way to co-parent with a child. Y'all could do it together, but you have to be able to accept that situation and ride with them and do all that to see that child. You know? But then, you know, you want to accept the man for his mistake, but then go talking greasy about the child. Talking, you know, yeah, he went and had that, damn that child. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That, yes, it do. Yes, it do. If you still with the daddy, it do. So you might well stop talking greasy and get on about your business and do what you're supposed to do. And if you can't do that, then you don't need to forgive that man. You need to pack your shit and leave. That's all I got to say about that. Gain knowledge. This was part 2, y'all. So make sure if you ain't seen part 1 Go back to part 1, because you might see this video and say, part 2, where part 1 at? Go back to part 1 of why his wife or girlfriend don't accept his kids. And then that be part 1, and this is part 2. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from y'all goals and success. See y'all next week. Bye-bye. Just had to get that part 2 in, though. Y'all have a nice week. See y'all next week. Bye-bye.